which is one very good thing because conditional formatting with filter will help you in doing a lot of things. So let's try and explore this without using pivots for that matter. Doing a quick fire analysis. What does conditional formatting do? It is formatting with a condition. Formatting means how, like if you look at this color and background, this is basically a format. Now you can do this formatting, conditional formatting, with some conditions applied to it. Now, let's say we want to say that revenues, if the revenue is, let's say, less than 50, let's say less than 50, let's make some points. It should be red. If the revenue is, let's say, 51 to 150, I think let's put it yellow. And if it comes 151 plus, then it is green. You can also do it for text, and when you're doing it for text, you'll see that things becomes very easy when you're toggling between balance sheet. For example, you want to see the checksum of a balance sheet is 0 or not. If it is not 0, the cells should automatically turn red. And you can create that dashboard on your front page. For example, if your employees have not done a particular revenue and you have a lot of KPIs, like let's talk about KPIs. So you have a lot of key performance indicators running in you and someone has not worked upon a particular key indicator. So you can apply conditional formatting. As soon as the data is entered, it will start giving you those colors. And then you can do a sorting on that color to find who has not worked upon on that particular KPI. So conditional formatting along with the filters can help you out in doing a lot of things. You can apply this in your day-to-day revenue. Say, for example, if you are making a revenue sheet, you can apply this in a conditional formatting in a revenue sheet, like minimum maintenance revenue from a particular employee should be, let's say, 10,000. And one product revenue should be this. Some criteria are there. So you can build this sheet based on those criteria. So let's go ahead and work it out. So our criteria range is revenue. So I'll selecting my revenue thing and I'll go control period at the top and I'll go to conditional formatting. What is the formatting that I need to apply? I need to go into this first highlight cell rules. Now, first thing when you say highlight cell rules, there are few inbuilt rules which are there. You can apply greater than, less than, in between, equal to. So I can utilize these cells to do this task. So when I say if it is less than 51. If it is less than 51, what should happen? It should get some color. By default, there are some colors which are here. You can have red, yellow, green, light red, things like that. If you need more colors, like for example, you need only want to fill this up, you can go to custom format here at the bottom. And in the custom format, you will have borders, you will have fill, you will have other things. When you go inside the fill, you'll have color options running, you have fill effects, then you have pattern styles. There are few patterns in here. If you want to apply certain patterns, I normally don't use it, but if you want to highlight something, you can apply these patterns and your file will be very different from the remaining files. When you are applying these dark patterns, remember it makes the cell look a little hazy. So it is very difficult to read through. So try and apply patterns, less of patterns. You can have a lot of fill effects running, which is 2-color variant, 3-color variants. This is what you can apply. When you say 2-color variants, you can have color one as, let's say, anything. So you'll have these kind of colors coming inside your cell. So you can have customized colors. Now, remember one thing, when you're using customized colors for a particular thing and the process is being repeated over a period of time, use the same thing. You can also get the company logo colors, which you can ask your management to provide you with RGB codes, which you can hit here. And custom, you can have RGB here. So if you look at my logo colors, there are a lot of different logos running colors in there. You can use those logo colors. And if you have to use this, sometimes the management will say use the logo colors to highlight this. Now, it is very difficult to find the same kind of colors. So what you can ask them is to provide you with RGB codes, which is red, blue, green codes, or the HSL codes. HSL normally you will not get. RGB you can easily get it from the management will provide you RGB. Now when you use the RGB code, you will exactly be doing the same color coding there. So there will be no difference running at all. But whatever you are using, the fill color, more colors, fill patterns, effects, use similar. Symmetry should be there. If you're not using symmetry, what happens is the bigger file, you'll not try and you'll not be able to associate what is where. Same kind of color combinations, like you want to fill your formula with a blue color, so it should be blue everywhere. And the good part of when you're creating a dashboard is you should have assumption at one place. So if someone is reading through that assumption, he knows what you're talking about. And avoid lot of combinations. But this is good in the sense we can work this out. So let's finish this fast. Let's say I want a red color running in. I'll say okay, and I'll say okay, done. But keep the formatting on, because what we need is we need the yellow also. Conditional formatting, highlight cell rules. Let's say in between. So if it is between 51 and 150, it should become yellow. Okay, we are done. Last part is left. If it is greater than 150, then I should have a green fill. Let's say I'm just using the green fill. Now it is taking the same format because I have taken it up. I should have taken only the numbers. Now you see your entire data is being color coded. And the good part about this color coding is if your data is dynamic in nature, like your stock prices or something, which are automatically getting refreshed in the Excel sheet, these colors will automatically change. For example, let me change this to 40. So less than 50 should be red. Hit enter, it will automatically turn red. So you don't have to do it. This will continuously happen with as and when things are changing. Now you want to sort them up. Control Shift L, filter. You can just filter them by color. So these are the people who have scored less than 50. Now watch one thing on the right hand side. You can't see something here. I have written 50, which is not visible. Why this is not visible? Because the row is hidden. So whenever you are writing the condition, write the condition here in the front of these headings. So it will never be hidden. Then again, now I want to select people who have done good. These are the people who have done better than 150. So you can use your filters along with your conditional formatting to do a lot of things. One good thing about conditional formatting is this: top and bottom rules. You want to find the people who are above average. And let's say above average. And whoever is above average, let's fill it up. A lot of color combinations here. So let's remove the formatting first. I'll remove this initial format, or let me just make a copy of this. I'll put it here. And on this tab, I'll remove the formats. And we'll say here, clear formats. There would be no formats running in here. Let's select this again. Conditional formatting. Highlight the top and bottom rules. You can have top 10 sales, top 10 percentage, bottom 10. Straight away, it can happen. You don't have to do anything in here. Let's say above average. So above average, let me fill it with green, and I'll say okay. Now you want people who have done above average. Control Shift L, go to this place and sort by color. Just put a color, and you have people who are above average. So that way, a lot of things can happen in here. You can work it out. And as and when your requirement is. The other things that can happen onto conditional formatting is you can put the data bars on the data. Let me select the data. I normally don't use data bars unless and until I'm moving into some dashboarding where I want to show a little data. This big data with data bars will not help, normally help, does not give you a better estimate. What does this data bar blue says? The higher the number, the more blue it will be. So you can have these kind of things. Then you can have color sets. Color sets are more like heat maps. What is a heat map? When you look at stock markets or when you look at anything, the more fall that happens, the more red it is. The more up it is moving, the more green it is. So that is what we call it as heat maps. Now heat maps, you can build it here. Same thing. You can do the conditional formatting for the cell. When you hover your cursor here, it says green, yellow, red. So green means when you say green, yellow, red, green is the highest, yellow in the middle, and red at the smallest. Now you can change this also with red, yellow, green. There are few inbuilt customs that you can utilize. Normally, the combination that is used is green, yellow, and red across the board. It is not that I'm telling you across the board that is how it happens. Red color indicates like you have a lot of KPI indicators. A lot of people have worked upon. So you can select the entire KPIs and you can give the color code. Then icon sets, you can utilize this icon sets. I normally don't use them up unless and until we have indicators plus minus. If you need something like that, you can work upon these indicator shapes. And directional normally don't give you much. You can have directionals also, but shapes I have not used much, but they don't give you much of a indication, but indicators do. So if your particular revenue is more than say a guy has to do 50% of his annual sale by 6 months, then you can put the indicator there, a check indicator. Yes, you are on track. And people who are in between something should get that red mark. So when they are looking at it, they'll get the mark of exclamation. The caution is there. Then you can talk about people who have not done anything. They'll get the cut right in front of their numbers. So that way you can do the indicators. So this is how we normally use the conditional formatting. So conditional formatting with filters can help you out in doing a lot of data analysis. So without using pivots and other things, this is quick fire data analysis that you can use. You can copy that data and paste it at some other place, like top 10, bottom 10. You need to understand, like you have 10,000 bank employees data. You need top 10 and bottom 10. So you can just do the custom formatting, take the top 10 and paste it at some place, take bottom 10 and paste it some place. So that way you can just work it out. And only with a click of a mouse, you don't have to do much in analysis running in there. Try and make Excel as simple as possible. So think in the simplest of ways where you can work this out. So with GoTo, you can select and fill the blanks and things inside the data.